Tank Dempsey, whose full name is Corporal Tank Dempsey, is another key character in the Call of Duty Zombies series. He embodies the typical American World War II soldier, standing out with his distinctive mix of toughness, courage, and sharp, often sarcastic humor. However, Dempsey's character becomes increasingly complex throughout the zombie saga, as he is portrayed not only as a stereotypical war hero, but as someone deeply scarred both inside and out by the horrors of war and the zombie apocalypse. Backstory: Tank Dempsey was born in the USA and grew up during a time when American patriotism and military power were highly emphasized. He chose to join the Army early on, proving himself to be a daredevil and a natural soldier. Dempsey was always the type who feared nothing and was always ready to throw himself into the front lines. These qualities made him a valuable member of the U.S. military and led to him serving as a corporal in World War II. His military career eventually brought him into direct contact with Group 935 and their eerie Nazi experiments, particularly their attempts to weaponize zombies. During the battles against the Nazis, Dempsey was sent on a mission to rescue the German scientist Peter McCain, who had been infiltrating Group 935 as a spy. However, Dempsey's mission failed, and he was captured by Group 935, drawing him directly into the events of the zombie saga. Character traits. Tank Dempsey is a prime example of the stereotypical American soldier. He's loud, stubborn, and overly confident. He often speaks in short, blunt sentences, giving the impression of an unshakable warrior. However, this tough, fearless exterior begins to crack as the story progresses. Encounters with zombies and the ever-changing reality around him, including supernatural phenomena and alternate dimensions, start to take a toll on his psyche. One of Dempsey's defining traits is his deep-rooted patriotism. He sees his mission primarily as a fight for freedom and the survival of humanity, especially for America. He despises the Nazis and what they stand for, which plunges him into even deeper personal conflict when he learns that Group 935 is led by Nazi scientists like Dr. Richthofen. His humorous and sometimes arrogant character often serves as a coping mechanism to endure the grim, apocalyptic world he finds himself in. His sarcasm and unshakable determination provide both the other characters and the players with an anchor when circumstances continue to deteriorate. Yet behind this humorous exterior is a man deeply scarred by the atrocities and supernatural threats around him. Relationships with other characters. Tank Dempsey's relationship with the other main characters of the zombie saga, Edward Richthofen, Nikolai Belinsky, and Takeo Masaki, is often marked by mistrust and rivalry, but it gradually evolves into a sort of alliance of necessity. Initially, Dempsey harbors deep distrust toward Richthofen, mainly because he is a German scientist responsible for the horrifying experiments that created the zombies. This tension between the two remains a central theme of the storyline, as Dempsey constantly questions Richthofen's true intentions. With Nikolai Belinsky, the Russian soldier, Dempsey develops a kind of camaraderie. Although they often engage in heated verbal exchanges, and Nikolai's constant drunkenness annoys Dempsey, they share a similar soldier's mentality. Both are war-weary and have survived countless battles, which connects them in a way. Takeo Masaki, the stoic samurai warrior, contrasts sharply with Dempsey's loud and direct demeanor. Their relationship is based on mutual respect, although Dempsey often finds Takeo's philosophical musings irritating. However, as the story progresses, both come to realize that despite their different backgrounds, they share a common goal: ending the zombie threat and saving the world. Dempsey's role in the fight against zombies. Throughout the zombies storyline, Dempsey plays a central role in the fight against the undead. As a tough-as-nails soldier, he is always at the forefront when it comes to eliminating hordes of zombies, but he also develops a deeper understanding of the event's underlying causes. His confrontations with Element 115 and the various dimensions and timelines challenge him to think beyond the purely military. In later games of the Call of Duty Zombies series, it becomes clear that Dempsey is more than just a fighter against the undead. His determination to fight the origin of the zombies takes him on a journey that changes him not only physically, but also emotionally. Over the course of the series, Dempsey becomes a symbol of humanity's relentless struggle against the unknown and the acceptance of responsibility, even when the situation seems hopeless. Inner conflicts and development. Dempsey's character evolves over the course of the different games, as he confronts not only the physical threat posed by the zombies, but also his own humanity. At first, he views the world in simple, binary terms: good versus evil, America versus the Nazis, survival versus death. But the more he learns about the nature of the zombies and the machinations of Group 935, the more he realizes that the world is far more complex than he once thought. He becomes increasingly haunted by the question of whether the war against the zombies can ever truly be won, or if it is an endless cycle. His experiences with different timelines and alternate dimensions only reinforce this sense of powerlessness. Despite these doubts, Dempsey remains a rock, someone who never gives up and fights to his last breath. Conclusion: Tank Dempsey is more than just the typical American soldier. He represents the indomitable will of humanity to survive and fight, even in the darkest of times. His story in Call of Duty Zombies shows not only his development as a soldier, but also his internal struggles and his efforts to make sense of a world increasingly dominated by chaos and the supernatural. As a character, Dempsey embodies courage, determination, and the ability to keep going in the face of overwhelming odds. A classic yet profound hero in an apocalyptic world.